All right, on to Commitment 2016, and it was night 2 of our Granite State debates. The candidates for the U.S. Senate faced off for their last televised debate before Election Day. Higher education, the drug crisis, the presidential candidates, just a few of the issues that Republican Senator Kelly Ayotte and Democrat Governor Maggie Hassan went head-to-head on.
Moderator and WMUR political director Josh McKelvin begins our team coverage tonight live from St. Anselm College. Josh.
And good evening to you guys. It's well documented how much money is being spent on this U.S. Senate race. When it's all said and done, including outside money, we're talking north of $100 million. But at the end of the day, this is about the candidates themselves, their voting record, their grasp of the current issues, and their plans to solve the problems that we face. Now, the polls say this race is a dead heat, too close to call. So tonight's debate was very important to both campaigns for Kelly Ayotte and Governor Maggie Hassan, and they went back and forth on quite a few issues. So let's have a recap of what did take place on stage tonight and go live to Adam Sexton, who is standing by with that.
Hey Josh, these candidates did stay mostly in their lanes tonight, content to kind of race side by side in their typical way rather than crashing into each other too often in this very high stakes Granite State debate. Even in a discussion of cybersecurity, these two U.S. Senate candidates, so unwilling to fully embrace their respective parties' presidential nominees, find themselves pulled back into the orbit of Trump and Clinton.
When you want to talk about cybersecurity, the Democratic nominee, Hillary Clinton, that Governor Hassan has followed on so many issues and really have failed to call out on this issue, she set up a private server transferring classified information.
I have said repeatedly that her use of emails was a mistake. She has said so as well. She has apologized. I think that's appropriate.
In turn, when given the chance, Governor Maggie Hassan teed off on Senator Kelly Ayotte's support for Trump that lasted until last month.
She said on 35 different occasions that she supported him. She called him a role model for our children. And then when the political winds seemed to change, that's when she changed her position.
She can use her talking points all she wants on this issue, but the people of the state know that I'll stand up for them no matter what.
There was plenty of quibbling both ways over familiar talking points, but on the fight against ISIS, both candidates agreed no ground troops in Iraq. However, on gun rights versus gun control, big differences.
I appreciate so much how important it is that we keep guns away from criminals and terrorists. I also believe it's equally important that we stand up for the Second Amendment rights of our citizens.
We should be closing the loopholes in our background check systems so that terrorists can't buy guns online and at gun shows. And even after the tragedy in Orlando, Senator Ayotte had the opportunity to vote to close those loopholes, and she has declined to do that.
Another rare moment of agreement came when these two candidates were asked who they would like to see win World Series Game 7 tonight. They are both pulling for the Chicago Cubs to break that 108-year curse, and it looks like they might get their wish tonight. Josh, let's go back to you inside.
All right, Adam, thanks very much. A lot of undecided voters still in this race. For those who have been paying attention to the U.S. Senate race, we'll find out whether they learned anything new tonight. But 6 days away from the election, certainly this was a high-stakes debate. Afterward, candidates usually go into the spin room. Kelly Ayotte chose not to participate in this. She left immediately at the conclusion of the debate. But Maggie Hassan did join us in the spin room, where she stayed on message.
We can continue to work together in this state, bring the New Hampshire approach down to Washington, where people roll up their sleeves, get things done across party lines, and build a brighter future where people who are working hard to get ahead have a chance to not only get ahead, but can stay ahead.
All right, joined now by my colleague at WMUR, John DeStaso. You're on the panel tonight. I know you can't pay attention to everything all at once, but we do our best.
Try, right.
What was your biggest takeaway?
Biggest takeaway really was that both candidates were able to get their message out. Anyone out there who's not clear, Josh, about where they stand and where they're opposed on big issues, you know, from the top of the ticket to Obamacare, Affordable Care Act,
sure,
to the Supreme Court was a big issue, which is obviously a huge issue in the Senate. I think it really became clear tonight, and this is a debate that they both needed to really reach out and solidify their bases and reach to the middle on each side. And I think they stayed somewhat on message, but there were a few points of some spontaneity too, which is always good.
Sure, but in such a close race, it's too close to call at this
Right.
point. Nobody really wound up to try to land some big haymaker. There
Right.
were no chances taken here,
Right.
and no damage was really done to either of them.
Right. If you have a race where one person is, fairly far behind, that person is, becomes kind of desperate and starts really taking swings at the other. This is not one of those cases because either one can win based on their messages, and a lot of it's going to have to do with who's actually going to get out the vote when it comes to Election Day.
All right, good stuff. I appreciate
you, sir.
the time. And
Okay.
you may notice behind me we have 3 podiums instead of 2, and that's because tomorrow night we're going to have the first CD debate. We have an independent candidate in this, Sean O'Connor. Of course, they'll be joined by a couple of names that you know, Frank Ginter, the incumbent, and former Congresswoman Carol Shea Porter. But tonight's debate is in the books. U.S. Senate debate 6 days before the election. We'll see what happens. Guys, back to you.
Okay, thank you. And our Commitment 2016 coverage never stops on WMUR.com and on our mobile app and on social media. Head over to WMUR's Facebook page to watch tonight's debate in its entirety.